Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Or as the Naga Babas say, Om Namo Narayan.
Namami Shamishad Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam Nijam Nirgunam Nirvikalpam Niriham Chidakashamakashavasam Bhajeham Nirakaram Omkaramulam Turiyam Giragyanagotitmisham Girisham Kayalam Mahakalakalam Krupalum.
At the Kumbh Mela, as we take a plunge into our bhakti tradition, our experience is made complete when we see the Naga Sadhus. On the sandbanks of Prayag, they are like a visual presence of our ancient religious traditions, what we refer to as Sanatan. With their ash-covered bodies, their jatas uncoiling with a serpentine energy, eyes piercing with the fire of ancient wisdom, and standing stark naked of all worldly possessions. These warrior sadhus embody our living spiritual traditions of bhakti, virakti, and shakti. The images that you are seeing over here have been photographed over 2 Kumbh Melas. Spanning 7 years, I have photographed them getting rare access to live with the Naga Sadhus in their akharas. The photographs capture some of their practices and also their distinct body language. I recently had a week-long exhibition of these images. The core bhav to show these images is to bring to you a deeper, a more granular darshan of the Naga Sadhus, much beyond how the reels and the viral videos have shown them. It's really fortunate that we have amidst us today Digambar Maniraj Puri ji Maharaj, who is from the Shri Panchayati Mahanirvani Akhara. He will shed light on some of the key aspects of Naga Sadhus as we share these images. Now, this first image that you are seeing, here you have a Naga Sadhu flinging his matted hair in the air to dust off the extra ash, also known as bhasma. Bhasma is one of the key identifying marks of the Naga Sadhus. They hold it to be sacred as it symbolizes the ultimate truth, that which remains when everything else is burnt in renunciation. Moving on to the next image. The fabled ferocity of the Naga Sadhu is mostly a performative act. It comes to the fore as Naga Sadhus are historically warrior saints. Like actors donning a costume, they put on this fierce persona like a shield. It is a firewall to ward off undesired intrusions in their sadhana from curious onlookers. This is also to distance themselves from adulation and reverence, which is their path. In their path, it is a trap of attachment. बाबा जी, आप ये बताइए कि ये जो नागा साधु के बारे में प्रचलित है कि इनको इतना गुस्सा क्यों आता है?
महाराज श्री के चरणों में ओम नमो नारायण। नागा सन्यासी जंगल में रहते हैं और अपने तप और साधना में लीन रहते हैं, और आके कोई भी उन्हें छेड़े या उनकी साधना को छेड़े, कोई भी नेगेटिव एनर्जी उनके सामने आती है तो उनको गुस्सा आ जाता है, और गुस्सा होने का कोई दूसरा कारण नहीं है।
Moving on to the next image. Dense smoke swirls up as a Naga Sadhu exhales after a deep breath of his chilam. Smoking of ganja, marijuana is widespread amongst Naga Sadhus. They explain that it helps to enable strong focus and awareness during sadhana. I want to know from Babaji, ये इतनी चिलम क्यों पीते हैं नागा साधु?
सभी नहीं पीते हैं, ये ज़रूरी नहीं है। वो जंगल में रहते हैं, अपने अकेले रहते हैं, अपने साधना की तौर पे उसे यूज करते हैं। वो उसे अमल कहते हैं। वो कोई चिलम नहीं, कोई ऐसा नशा नहीं है। वो अपने ईश्वर के लिए, अपने लौ लगाने के लिए, एक चिलम के लिए वहाँ चिलम पीते हैं भगवान के लिए।
So yes, in conversations, I got to know that many of the Naga Sadhus said that it leads to reduction in appetite and also sexual urges. Moving on to the next slide. Almost in a ballerina's pose, a young Naga ascetic applies bhasma on his body. Each application of bhasma is accompanied by sacred mantras. The white ash against their skin also represents that they have burnt all worldly desires and attachments in the fire of yogic practices. बाबा जी, ये भस्म का थोड़ा महत्व बताइए हमारे को।
भस्म सबसे बड़ा सत्य है। ये राम नाम सत्य जो है, भस्म के बाद ही जब आदमी को जला दिया जाता है तभी राम नाम सत्य है। और हमारे आदिदेव जो महादेव है, और उनको राम नाम बहुत प्रिय है, तो इसीलिए भगवान शिव ने भस्मी को धारण किया है, क्योंकि अंतवागति सबको ही जाना है। तो इसीलिए हम अपने ईश्वर को साक्षी रख के, अपने परमात्मा को साक्षी रख के, इस भस्मी को लगा के हम एक नवजात शिशु के रूप में अपने महादेव के सामने प्रकट होते हैं।
Moving on to the next. The dhuna, or the sacred fire pit, is the nerve center of a Naga Akhara. The presence of the Agni is manifested as a living deity. The dhuna is the axis of the Naga Sadhu's tapasya and is never left unattended. To absorb the heat of the dhuna itself is an act of worship and purification. Next one, please. This is Naga Sadhu Digambar Bharti photographed inside a cave shrine near Haridwar. Contrary to their popular image, not all Naga Sadhus live in a perpetual naked state. They are also not covered by bhasma all the time. That is their ceremonial appearance. Otherwise, they live like normal sadhus in temples, ashrams, deras, or Himalayan retreats. The next one, please. Naga Sadhus also have a streak of quirky flamboyance. They know the eyes are on them and they don't fail to seize your attention. Their spiritual state is that of a guardian knight of dharma. This image reminds me of the Urdu verse, "Hum fakiron se dosti kar lo, gur sikha denge badshahi ke." The next one, please. Now, I have seen no active routine or practice of yoga in the akhadas. However, I saw many Naga Sadhus perform complex yogasanas such as this with utmost ease. You can see that there is no strain on the face, and neither did I see any quickening of breath. The next one. As if consumed in a blaze of energy, a Naga Sadhu douses himself with vibhuti. I see this image as an image of a galaxy, and the Naga Sadhu pervading it like a cosmic presence. It is an image of a sannyasi plunged in consummate anand, emblematic of the Naga saying, "Chade khak, man hove pak, alakh niranjan ape aap." Covered with bhasma, the mind becomes pure and the self becomes unsullied like the invisible divine itself. Next. This is Naga Baba Ganga Giri drying his long jatas at the banks of the Ganga in Haridwar. The long matted hair are a symbol of the sadhu's vairagya, his detachment. The jatas are almost never trimmed, as they are in some way a measure of the seniority of a Naga Sadhu, the amount of time spent as a sannyasi. They also represent the Kundalini energy, flowing from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. बाबा जी, आपके मत से इन जटाओं का क्या महत्व है? आपकी भी जटाएं हैं, जटाओं का क्या महत्व होता है साधुओं के लिए?
जटाओं का महत्व ये है कि जटा हमारी, क्योंकि जंगल में रहते हैं, हम कटाने तो जा नहीं सकते वहाँ, तो महादेव ने जटाओं का उनको देख के रूप, उन्हीं के रूप में हमने अपने रूप को रूप ले लिया, तो इसलिए जटाओं की हमें कटाना नहीं पड़ता, कटाना आपको पड़ता है। इसलिए भगवान की जटा है, हम कहीं जाते नहीं तो अपने आप रुद्र जटा अपने आप हो जाती है। ये तो ईश्वर की कृपा है, और महादेव की जटाएं हैं तो इसलिए हमें भी वो स्वीकार है।
The next one, please. Newly initiated into the Naga fold, young Angad Giri looks disarmingly at the camera as he gets ready for the photo shoot by rubbing bhasma on his naked body. Now, the Indic term for naked is Digambar. This is very different from implying nudity. It means the one who wears the four directions as his garment. Therefore, even without the clothes, the Naga Sadhu is not naked. He is skyclad. He is wearing infinity. Next one. This is Naga Sadhu Radhe Puri. He is a sadhu from Ujjain, and he is an Urdhva Bahu Hatha Yogi. Now, Urdhva Bahus, Hatha Yogis, are the ones who are pledged to keep their hands raised for years and years in sadhana. He has not kept his hand down for the past 17 years. Nagas perform these extreme feats to practice the power of mind over body, and in that process, gain specific siddhis or occult powers. I love this next image. Naga Baba Shakti Giri, the one who's standing, and Raj Puri posed with their pets. There are 4 white mice and a pigeon named Hari Puri. The former wears an outfit made of rudraksh beads that weighs 70 kilograms. And the younger Baba wears a 21 kg rudraksh shivling on his head, which is often the perch for his pigeon Hari Puri. बाबा जी, ये बताइए रुद्राक्ष का क्या महत्व है? आपने भी रुद्राक्ष पहने हुए हैं, रुद्राक्ष धारण करने का क्या महत्व है?
बिना रुद्राक्ष पहने शिव की आराधना नहीं हो सकती और शिव की पूजा भी नहीं हो सकती। हम शिव का जो अभिषेक करते हैं, बिना रुद्राक्ष पहने हुए शिव का अभिषेक मान्य नहीं होता, इसलिए हमें रुद्राक्ष पहनना पड़ता है।
Next one, please. The unflinching calm on the face of a Naga Sadhu, even as he is surrounded by a spiral of bhasma. It is a depiction of deep meditation, the state of samadhi. It also alludes to the divine presence, timeless and unchanging, surrounded by the cosmic dust of constant change. Next one. The ash-covered body of Naga Baba Sandeep Puri, camouflaged by branches of a banyan tree coated with lime. This is a metaphorical image. It represents the Naga Sadhu's nakedness as a return to the natural, a primordial state of being, which is like a newborn child. The very choice to live like this, with only what is basic and seeking only that which is essential. It is tap made visible. Next one. Despite the traditional swarup or the appearance of a Naga sannyasi arriving from an ancient tradition, the Naga sadhus are also very much beings of the contemporary times, living amidst the material culture of our age. Motorbikes, mobile phones, social media are as much part of the lives of many of them as is being at ease without garments. Next one. This is the Naga Baba I met who has that amused look on his face, that wry smile on his face, This is decades of meditation have taught him to find humor in the ironies of bhakts coming and not seeking their blessing, but straight away taking a selfie. So this is, I was sitting next to him, photographing him, and all of a sudden, he when he saw a bhakt not taking his blessing but taking selfie, he just looked at me and smiled. Bola, Ashirwad bhi milne ka time nahi hai. Next image, please. Informed by a childhood memory of Vikram and Vetal, I coaxed a performative image out of two Naga Sadhus. The scraggy, wizened old man sitting atop the young sannyasi, wrapped in dhyan, is a portrayal of how temptation tries to control our mind. And we now arrive at our last image. A lone Naga Baba standing on one of the pontoon bridges at the Kumbh Mela in the middle of the night. This is an image emblematic of our ancient sannyas and bhakti tradition, on a bridge between present times and a timeless past. The next time, ladies and gentlemen, when you view a Naga Sadhu, view him as a living symbol of the rich spiritual tradition of our country we need to be proud of. And then fill yourself with pride and lift your hands and say, Har Har Mahadev. Thank you so much.